well, this is the first time I've ever done this. All these times being on YouTube and hearing people upload things, I thought I'd try it myself. Um, I'm 47, and the thing that I've been thinking about lately, watching politics and you know our politicians, the wars, the poverty, the greed, the corporations controlling so much, virtually everything now. Seeing Wall Street being able to get away with, the things they do while people are being thrown in jail for, petty nonsense. And you watch this stuff, and for me, it's pretty heartbreaking because, um, me and my brother were talking one day, and he says, Patrick, look, he says, we still have the same exact problems as we had 35 years ago. Nothing's changed. Nothing. You hear the rhetoric, you hear the nonsense from the politicians. It's amazing how these guys are supposedly educated. Um, I don't know, man. It seems to me like a lot of them have the dumbs. Um, I'm telling you, you know. Um, but I mean, we still have all the same problems. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. You know, um, one of the most disastrous things we could have ever done was back in, when Clinton was in office. And I'm not saying anything necessarily bad about the man, because every president, I think, has so many challenges. It's very difficult to, I wouldn't want to be president of this country. No way. They go in, you can tell how they age, and but when we gave all our jobs away, and took so much of what was the heart and soul of America, all the industry we had, and we're so good at it. We really are. When corporations got involved with the politicians and the power that be, and they're allowed to do what they do simply so they can make more profit. They set up everything, particularly in China. You know, um, they get these poor workers to, work for $2 an hour, and send the product back over here and, charge you $150 for a pair of sneakers that probably cost them $10 or $20. And that's just across the board with everything. We still have healthcare problems. You know, uh, Obama, whether you agree with it or not, at least the guy tried to do something. And it's funny how the Republicans really missed the point of all of it. What the point was is there were an estimated 40 million Americans without any kind of coverage, none. And that's what his real purpose was behind this. Let's get, at least people can get insurance. And hey, just give it a shot, and we'll see what happens. But I mean, hey, we got to do something because it's a stinking disaster. You know, um, you still have the Wall Street nonsense going on. And look, as Americans, we tried to fight that. And did it really do anything? I don't know for sure, but it doesn't seem like it to me. And these guys, they're a bunch of shysters. And I'm certainly not going to sit here and say every one of them is you know committing crimes on Wall Street. I'm sure there's a lot of good people in there, but the vast majority of them are all tied in. They're all, it's like the old saying says, they're all in bed with each other. And it's always been that way. You know, um, we've always got this deficit going on. And one of the biggest things to me is, you know what? We're the most warring nation on the planet. And here's the thing, you know, it's not sustainable. We can't afford it. It's the death of people, our people, and the countries that we get involved with. You get the families at home that are worrying about, the ones that serve. You got unbelievable amounts being spent. And then, of course, you've got the defense industry who is making a fortune in war. So really, come on, um, it just doesn't work. Doesn't work. We can't sustain that stuff. You can't occupy countries. It's just never has worked, and it never will. Um, so it makes you wonder, where are we going? What direction are we heading? It's pretty scary to me. We live in a police state. You're harassed by the police. You're pulled over. They're, probably, half of them at least, they don't do their job. They're bullies. You know, harassing people, beating people when they've done nothing wrong. You know, and it goes on more than you think. And see, here's the thing that's interesting. This stuff isn't just new. This has been going on for years. But see, now, since we've gotten the ability to have, so much access to like phones, for instance, that can record. Citizens that are started to see more of this because it's caught on tape so much now. That's why, if you notice, if you go look at videos on YouTube, for instance, and you're recording what the cops are doing, you see how they get. You got the Border Patrol. When people are citizens and are just trying to, this Border Patrol, they're not just at the border. They have checkpoints with, in the states, at wherever, and they really create a lot of problems. So that's what's on my mind these days, and I tell you, having that desire to try to do something, and that helpless feeling that I have, where do you even start? Because you see citizens protesting all the time for fair wages, for unions, all these things, and 70% of the people want this particular bill, or and that's how it's supposed to work. The people are supposed to be the ones that make those choices. Oh, but no, whoever, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, if they don't like it, screw you, all you guys. And here's the thing: that's not how our it's not how it works. That's not what our Constitution says. Our Bill of Rights. That's not what it says. And I don't know, but something's got to be done. And as I start to think some more about this stuff, I'll share more. If anybody has any comments or thoughts, I would love to see them. And hey, not all is lost. If there's hope and resiliency to want to do something, it is possible, especially in America. So, it was good talking to you. God's peace, and talk to you soon.